What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is DREWELIA. I do tech reviews and PEV stuff here. So today we have the Gleesfun G11PRO drone. This is a 4K 30 frames per second 6K photo with a 1/3.2-inch CMOS sensor. It delivers pretty stable flight and has its pros and some cons, and we'll dive into it in this video. If you're into this kind of stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button and thumbs up this video, and you'll get more content delivered to you via YouTube's algorithm. The G11PRO offers some pretty incredible things like a 3-axis gimbal. It offers cruise control and some really nice transmission as well too. Surprisingly, it has a lot of good features for this price point.
There we go. So I'm here today for a friend's, actually. We just had a pretty crazy storm the other day, and this is their house, and we want to make sure that their actual roof, they had a few shingles that were laying on the ground, and they just got a brand new roof, so they wanted to go ahead and make sure that this was good. So let's go ahead and take off here and make sure that we are good. With everything on the house here. So right here, just hit the record button. From the house, you got that piece right there.
So as you can see in this video, it actually is a pretty clear image. At 4K 30 with the 1/3.2-inch CMOS sensor, it delivers some pretty surprising quality results. Now at this price point, the one thing that I will say is that it doesn't give me the ability to control the aperture or the shutter speed even that I can find on the interface here. So coming from DJI drones and other more professional drones, in my opinion, I'm able to normally control all of that. Even at the most recent, like just white balance and auto ISO and stuff like that, but I can't find any of that actually in the menu. So being able to adjust your shutter speed to give you a more brighter image or a darker image would be a nice feature. But again, at $400, this drone offers some pretty good stuff, but that's just something that I would think you would get at this price point. So overall, the flight is actually pretty good, and for this test right now, to be able to see what was actually damaged on the roof was great. Can't complain about that. Let's dive a little further though with actual testing.
There we go. Nice.
So here you can see actually on either side that it's a green tint, and the line in the middle is more of a natural looking tint. I don't know exactly why this was happening, if it was some type of auto white balancing that was going on here. Just something to note that when you are trying to, get the best image possible, you do have some type of weird coloration. Now here, this looks fantastic. It's a very nice display of color. It's slightly green for my opinion, but nothing that you can't fix in post, which is something I do personally. Now I'm really pixel peeping here, but before coloration versus the after coloration here. So it's a much warmer tone. And again, really not upset with the actual original one, and something I can easily change while doing in post. So the image quality is pretty decent. 4K 30, it's sharp around the center area. It does have some fall off, but the rocks look really nice in focus. The waves are crisp, and the color is pretty decent right now. There was this runner on the beach, and I decided, I was like, you know what, let me just kind of get some cool cinematic shots here. And you'll see that the color and the exposure drops drastically and blows him out completely. So it's got some auto focusing, auto white balancing, auto exposure, everything is auto, so there's no control whatsoever. So if you are looking for a little bit more of control as far as like your actual ability to change all that, this doesn't seem to offer it. Maybe it's a firmware update down the road, who knows. So here's one thing that's fairly annoying, is that I cannot download with my Mac from the SD card. So when I pull the SD card out and I put it in my Mac, it says it's unreadable, the computer cannot read it. So I don't know if it's a compatibility issue with Mac computers. I haven't tried it with the Windows computer, so I have to figure that one out. And basically what I have to do is plug it into my phone, into this, sit here and wait for this to download my files and do that route. The problem with this as well too is that the drone will just shut off if it's idle after a certain period of time for a battery saver mode. I don't know if there's an option to even change that. So right now I'm trying to download a 204 megabyte file, and it's, you know, taking several minutes to get through it all. It looks like it's maybe 1 or 2 megabytes per second. So a faster transfer speed would be a massive improvement if I cannot plug this into a computer. So that's just one thing. And the other thing is you actually have to have it connected. You can't like wirelessly transport just from the cell phone there. So I have to have this whole thing rigged up. So one extra little thing that's just to look at when you're looking at this drone here. So the G11 Pro offers a ton of features in my opinion, and is really a nice quality drone for the price point. $400 is a little bit expensive to have auto everything as far as shutter speed, ISO, white balance, but I can overlook that if this is your first drone and you're just looking to get into the actual hobby. This thing is stable flight, incredible battery life. I mean, honestly, 2 of these comes with it, and you get 35 minutes roughly each, depending again, of course, what you're actually doing. A really nice, solid remote control that mounts everything on there. Has multiple different cables as far as USB-C, micro USB, and original iPhone as well too. And a nice hard shell case that has really nice lining and stores everything safely inside there. So what's the benefit of this, say, over the more expensive series like DJI? And that's really for you to decide, not necessarily for me. As far as editing with this, super easy, but if you're not someone that wants to deal with that, then this is literally set for auto everything, which is perfect for any beginner. You don't have to worry about shutter speed, you don't have to worry about ISO or white balance. The image quality actually holds up really well on a larger screen, so that's great as well too. Photos are perfect in that sense, where it takes really nice quality photos. You can edit them in a Lightroom app or on your phone directly, and that's all well and good. My cons, I would say, is the ability from at least my Mac with the actual SD card is I was unable to edit it on my computer. The SD card would not understand it. I tried it with multiple SD cards, again, still wouldn't understand it. So that's one thing to take in consideration. I did have to download everything directly onto the actual phone. You know, hit or miss, but a lot of people do everything from their phones these days, including myself. The other thing to consider is that this is not a 250 gram sub drone. This is actually 320 grams, so a little bit larger than, say, your competitor series at 250 grams. So technically, this does have to be registered with the FAA if you are an actual drone pilot. So something else to consider, that there is a process in that sense too. Powerful motors, definitely this guy can handle the wind and whatnot, but being over 250 grams, it is a drone that does need to be registered with the actual FAA. Something like this, where you have these more pocketable, foldable drones, they don't have to worry about that. Anything over the 250 gram class, like these smaller drones, don't have to, but again, the benefit is that bigger motors, bigger drone, a little bit better image quality, so there's some trade-offs of all of this. Overall, this drone really does offer a lot for what it actually is doing. Again, really nice image quality, great ability as far as flight control and whatnot. It does have its kind of cons in the sense of no control over white balance or shutter speed or ISO, but that can be overlooked if you are a beginner and you're trying to get into your first drone. It's powerful enough to handle higher speed winds, and it definitely produces a really nice quality image. So is this something that you're looking forward to? You can check out that link down below and go ahead and click on that and get some more information on what the actual price point is. For me, I think it's a pretty good bang for buck if you're looking to get into the drone series. And as always, if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button, thumbs up this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.